how to use Huawei mobile services and Unity plugin, which is an open source, on all of our projects. So let's welcome our first speaker for session 1, Huawei HMS Unity plugin, Mustafa Khan. He is the developer partner engineer from Huawei.
Before we
Welcome,
hand over,
Mustafa.
Before we hand over, if you have any questions, please write them into comment box to the side, and we'll try to answer them all at the end. Now, let me hand over to Mustafa. I hope you all enjoy the event. Welcome, Mustafa. You can start.
Hello, everyone. I guess you can hear me well, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hello again, everyone. My name is Mustafa Can, and I am working in Huawei gaming team. And today I will be explaining you what is a plugin and what is the HMS Unity plugin that we are developing. So let's, if everyone is ready, let's begin with the basics. So what is this plugin? You can see my sharing, right? I'm just checking. Okay. A plugin is a software add-on that is installed on a program for enhancing its capabilities. Plugins mostly makes your code less or code efficiently. Let's think that you are developing a game and you want to gain money from ads or in-app purchases. You would want to use Google and Apple's mobile services to enable earning money from ads and in-app purchases. And this plugin is no different than other plugins from Google and Apple. If you want to use Huawei's abilities, such like ads, in-app purchases, or push notifications, game services, and so on, you would like to use it. If you don't want to use it and still want to publish the Huawei Store App Gallery, then you need to manually write all the wrappers yourself. So what is Unity plugin? After we learn about what is a plugin, we can start what is Unity plugin. It's a Unity project, actually, which is open source on GitHub for everyone to use it. You can use lots of capabilities of Huawei if you are integrated in your project. It is easy to use and easy to learn. You need to spend even minutes than hours. And we have lots of documentations, demos, and even video tutorials for you to integrate easily, actually. You can reach them from our GitHub page. I will be sharing the QR code in the further of my presentation. And I will show you, the QR code of the repo, GitHub repo. We are in 2.1.2 version of the plugin right now, and it's being developed every day. Actually, you can be the contributor of the project too, if you want to, because as I said, it's open source. Let's dive a little down, because I am assuming that you want to contribute or you want to use it. If you want to use something or if you want to contribute as some project, you want to know the details about it. So firstly, I will explain right to the left. We first developed the Android SDK part, actually. We are calling the Huawei services from this Android project, and we made it an API to use wherever you put your AR file in. After we get the AR file from our Android SDK, we did put it in our C# project, the middle part. We will going to wrap this in an API in C# to make it easy to end users, which are the developers, to use. After we wrap the AR file, we are producing the DLL file, which you will put it in your project to use Huawei's abilities on Unity, which is the left part. You will only see this DLL file in your project, and you just need to call these methods of the DLL file. After end user calls a method, the schema goes backwards through left to right. DLL will call the API, and API call the AR, and AR which calls the Huawei services to get any response, and back and forth. This communication will enables for Unity developers to use all of the Huawei services. Let's back to the top side, the user side. Let's say you are a user of the plugin and you want to make a Unity project. you can integrate the Unity plugin in 3 simple steps. Actually, we are going to hear this 3 simple step lots and lots more. First, you need to go to the website of Huawei developer page and register your game. Then you need to download and import the plugin to your project. And lastly, enable the managers, I mean the abilities that you want to use in your project, because they are calling our services, our abilities in Huawei. If you are thinking about the first step, let's get a little deeper on the registering your game. There are 3 simple steps again. First, you need to go to the website. You can see the QR code. If you scan this on your phone or something, you can went to the Huawei developers website. If you are not registered before, just register before you are putting your game. And secondly, create your game or Unity project in the Huawei developers website. This is actually pretty simple after you enrolled inside. And lastly, you need to get your fingerprint and edit in your project website. If you think about like, what is this fingerprint? Fingerprint is a SHA-256 certificate. SHA is a hashing algorithm to produce unique keys for your projects, which you can understand. Your SHA key will be unique and meant to be secure. So don't share it with others. You can easily find, if you Google it, like, how to produce SHA-256 in Unity or something like that. After them, we can proceed to the second part, importing the Unity plugin. There are another simple 3 steps either. You can download the plugin in the given QR code, which will lead you to the GitHub page. Or just you can Google it like Huawei Unity plugin. And don't forget to starting the project, because we are giving so much effort on it. In the step 2, you need to just drag and drop the .unity package file into your project, or import the package from the assets top bar. After you ensure importing the plugin, you can go back to the Huawei developers website and download the Hsg Connect services.json file. You are going to place this file into your Unity project's streaming assets folder. So there is another term called Hsg Connect services.json. If you are thinking like, what is this Hsg Connect services.json file? You can just double click to open it actually, because this is just a plain JSON file. And it only consists your project's unique Huawei specific parameters. This file is just for Huawei to know your project is the same with the website you have bound. In the last step of integrating the plugin is connecting your project with HMS Manager in another 3 simple steps. First, you will be seeing a bar on the top called Huawei in the Unity. Just click this bar and get to the kit settings. You can see all of the Huawei services we can give there. Just you need to just check a box to enable a kit ability for usage. Let's say you enabled the ads kit. In step 2, you will see another tab will be created if needed. And you can go through there to configure the more related settings about this ads kit, such like ad types, ad IDs. If you want to use test ads, you can just click the test ads too. In the last step, after just enabling your managers, we need to code a little bit. In the last step, just call the HMS ads kit manager or other managers that you have enabled before. Then call related methods that you want to use. It is like showing banner for HMS ads kit manager dot show banner, or show interstitial, or show reward ads, something like that. And it's actually that simple. You can see the plugin website, and you can join our Discord channel to ask your questions if the GitHub issues are not enough. And don't forget to start our project. You can reach me with these email addresses, which is left below. And thank you for listening me. I hope I can give you something today.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Mustafa. For sure, it helped us a lot and probably teach us a lot too. It was very impressive, the HMS Unity plugin. A great gameplay, polished mechanics, and appealing graphics won't be enough to make your game successful and profitable. So learn how ASO, analytics, testing, push, and ads are vital for gaining visibility, players, and engagement in an app store.
Now let's move on to our second topic, how to have successful launch when publishing your mobile game. The speaker is Miguel Montesinos. He is the gaming technical leader from Huawei. Welcome, Miguel.
Welcome. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can see me or
Yeah,
not.
we can see.
Okay. Nice to have you all here. Thanks for getting the time. And yeah, I'm going to try to give you lots of ideas, lots of things that I think you should take in consideration because, I mean, gaming development is really hard. I know, I've been there. I work in a game studio, but like developing the game is just half of the work. There's a lot of work that comes before launch, at launch, and after you launch your game. So you can really, generate a community, generate a lot of players for your game, and eventually money. No, that is what we're looking for. At the end, this money is going to help you to do what you like best. That is to continue developing games. No. So without no further explanation, I'll try to share my screen. 1 second. Let's see. Can you see this?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay, so the name is this, no? How to have a successful launch when publishing your mobile game. And I think like the picture really represents what launching a game in a digital app store is like, no? There's like this vast ocean of games, millions and millions of them, and you're gonna just put your game there, no? And it's really complicated to, just get it to float, avoid sinking and disappearing in this huge ocean. So I'm gonna give you like some of the tips. What I want really is to give you like a big wide picture of all the things that you could take in account. I cannot give you like so many details, but I just want you to have this picture, these names that you really need to have in your mind. And maybe we have some time at the end, you can do like straightforward questions, like if you want to know some details. Okay, so what we are going to base our launch is what is called pirate metrics. And why are they called pirate metrics? Basically, because it's like this. The name is AARRR. So if you do like R, it's something like pirates do. And this was a framework that was developed by Dave McClure. He's one of the top entrepreneurs and CEO of a lot of companies. And he actually developed this game thinking on optimizing the conversion funnel. Okay, what's the conversion funnel? Well, it's a marketing team to say like what happens from somebody like since they discover something until they actually take an action. No, you can see there the picture like awareness, interest, decision, and action. You can have this for anything you purchase. It's not just a game, but for anything you're interested in. First, I need to know what this is about. No, like for example, it could be Huawei or the Unity plugin today. No, then you show some interest. Then you have to make an active decision. No, you need to have the facts to really decide why is this good for me. And finally, is the action. No, and the action will be to start our open source or our GitHub repository, or to be a collaborator, or to use it. That will be the action. No. So, but if we take this not that much as marketing, but for games, what we are trying to do is how to grow your game, how to improve the conversion. What is conversion? Getting something done in your game. It can be money, for example, yeah, but it can also be a lot more. It can be someone that is an evangelist for your game. It can be someone that really comes and plays every day. We can see lots of conversions, okay? But this is supposed to be like some call it like hack growth, but the thing is, this is like what you should be doing in the short and medium term. This is like the fire start. This will help you grow. And then from there, well, you know, every game is different, so you have to develop your own strategy. But I think this is like a nice bootstrap to start every game. So here we have what actually this R means. Now we have activation, or sorry, acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. Okay, this should be more or less the things that we should take in account when we are launching our game, and we will focus in each of one separately. Okay, so this approach we're gonna have, it's called like, well, grow process, or well, agile at the end, is like what we are going to do is to have a loop, a cycle. I mean, even here I wrote it as a line of steps. Just think that you will repeat this on and on and on every week, or every sprint, every 2 weeks, if your sprints are 2 weeks, or every month, whatever you are able to do. I mean, as fast as you can, you need to repeat over and over this process. Now, first thing is gather the ideas, what I'm going to do to improve my game, then rank them, like which ones I think are better and which one cost less. You have to look at both sides, no? The reach they're going to have and how much time they are going to cost you. Then you need to outline like the experiments. Okay, if I want to improve this, or I think we can do it this way, no? And from there, you're gonna have to work a lot. But finally, you need to have some kind of way to know if your work was good. So you need to study the data. You're gonna have some analytics, some statistics about how was this experiment. Well, it was a success, it was a failure, did we improve something, or did we improve many things, hopefully, no? Okay, so for this, we have like a main tool set, and I'm going to talk about something that is able for any app store. I'm going to put Huawei examples because that's what I know best for sure. But I think you can take this into consideration for any digital store. I mean, not just a mobile digital store, but anything from web or e-commerce or digital business, okay? So main focus, we're going to need analytics. It's not something like, you can take decisions just like, I think this is best. Why? Because I like it better. No, you need to have a data-driven decision. You need to know, like, okay, we were 2% and now we're 5%. Okay, we're doing good. We were 2%, now we're 30%. Okay, we are really on the good track, no? So you need to have your analytics really thought, and you have like sensors everywhere to check how is your process and how are you doing. Then we're going to make a lot of testing. Like we said, this is about making experiments. No one is going to give you the golden rule for your game. Each game is different. Each genre is different. Each player is different. So you're going to have to try different things and measure. When we say A/B testing, is we're going to test only 2 things. Okay, what if the level is a jungle, or what if the level is a city? Which one works best? So we make 2 examples, we test them, we get the analytics and say, okay, our players like better the jungle. Okay, go for the jungle theme, kind of. So we're going to repeat this with almost anything. We're going to do A/B testing in all the processes. And finally, another tool that is really helpful is remote config. Remote config, what allows you is to actually do these changes without having to rebuild your app. No, normally you have to make the changes, rebuild, upload again to the digital store. But if you see things this coming, you can have remote config. So this way, I could choose like to increase or to change this level from jungle to urban, just changing a value, like starting level equals to jungle. Or I could change the amount of life my character has, or how hard he hits, or the stamina of the enemies. Anything can be actually tweaked and polished through remote config. So this is really a helpful thing, because when you are not sure about what are these values, you're going to have to test them. And if you are prepared to actually change them really quickly, you can avoid all this iteration and building and uploading once and once again. So that's a lot of work you're saving. So I think this is like the main tool set we're going to use, but I will be also using some other examples that I think are really good tools to get where you want. Okay, so let's start with acquisition. Acquisition at the end is, well, a simple question. Where are my players? We need to attract new users, players, fans, followers, evangelists. I mean, it's not just about players. It's about people that will make money, that will help me make money, will help me bring other players, will help me to spread the word. So, I mean, anything from a player that comes every day is a nice person or a nice persona I want to have. Everyone that actually makes a lot of social media content, for example, and wants to spread out the word of my game is also a valuable target, or someone that actually is gonna interact every day with me because he really likes the gameplay. So you have to identify the different personas you have, no? So who are these customers? Who are these players you are looking for? You have to define as much as you can, because I mean, making a game for everyone is too broad. You need to try to focus. You need to be a sniper, okay? Not something like just shoot everywhere and see where what happens. You need to know, like, I want this kind of person that is either a hardcore gamer or a casual gamer, and is this kind of people, and they like to share or they don't like to share. You're gonna have different ones, but you need to define as much as you can these personas, okay? Define your targets and as much as you can. It's not just a matter of age, genre, or what they like, what are their hobbies. It's about knowing where he would be. If you would build something like him, which bar will you go? Which things you will do in the morning? What time will you play? No, I'm a student, I probably play in the metro. I'm an older person, I probably play in the bathroom. You need to know where are you going to find these people, okay? So that's the same thing, no? Or where are these customers? So we need to identify not just where, but how are we going to approach them, no? So for this, it's called the Bull's Eye Framework by Gabriel Weinberg. And well, it just gives you like this idea of which ones I need to focus, no? And we have like the outer circle are the people that are not probably my potential people. They are, I don't know, for example, for a mobile game, this guy that reads newspaper every Sunday morning probably is not the best way to get a new player. But if I go to the promising channels, I could say, okay, maybe there's some guy that instead of the newspaper reads Twitter every morning and he's looking for new games. And also, well, if I go to the inner circle, that are the ones that are going to be the best results, probably is going to be someone that is reading a game blog, for example, or it's actually navigating through the App Store. So those are going to be the promising channels, the ones that are going to work best and the ones we are going to focus. So you need to make this differentiation, because you can here find there are 19 different ways to approach people. I mean, we have anything from trade shows, blogs, social media, online, offline ads, PR, ASO, SEM, email, whatever. I mean, we have thousands of ways for every different business, but for ours, that is making games and finding players, we need to choose like 3 of the best, 4 of the best. Focus as much as you can. Like I said, you need to be a sniper. Okay, so one of the things I said, like one of our main targets is going to be the people that are already looking for games in an app store. So for that, we're going to use what is called Aso App Store Optimization. So, and this actually says like, how can I stand out in an app gallery? No, if someone is doing all this browsing around there, is looking for games I love or shooters or whatever genre he's looking, how I'm going to stand up. And it's a matter of standing up in general, but also against your competitors, because there's going to be competition. No, there are going to be some games that look like you or have the same theme. So you need to take a look at your unique points, your best selling stories, and also what are your competitors, and try to match them, or even if you can win them, okay? So for this, you know, there's like these lots of things that take in account when you are trying to get a good ranking in an app store. Okay, I put here like, I think most of them, like title, short description, long descriptions, categories, icons, screenshots, video. Always use video if you're allowed to. This is going to give you so much points. The app size, as small as it gets, the better you will get, because that's what Apple, Google, or anyone wants. A huge game, but actually in a small package, that it doesn't bloat my my device, right? So also if you are a well-known publisher or if you have a lot of dates, it will help you. So I want you to, well, take in account all these, like, okay, all of these are helpful. All of these are places where you can score points and that way be higher in the rank for your game. And also there's like, well, the dark side, no, the ones that are not so known that you also need to understand, like what is the installs volume. I mean, if something is trending, if they can see like this is getting so many downloads, is because of something. So they will rank you higher if they see there's already people downloading you. How much do they install or update? That's going to help you. The tap through rate, how many times or what is the percentage of people that go to your file, to your game listing, and they can see, oh, this is a nice game, install it. No, how many people do that, or how many people they say, nah, I don't like it, go back. Because maybe you made an ad that show your game as a hardcore, and then you show the listing and it's like casual. So this is confusing. I'm leaving. No, so try to keep up your message coherent, so everyone will go the next step. No, what about the engagement? How much do they use the game? How much for how long do they use it? No, and also there's a great part of rating and comments. Are the rating and comments good? Is people liking, loving your game, or they are like, I don't like this, or this crashes? So that's a lot of things you need to take in account. And finally, I think that's the important part. I talk about crashing. There's another thing you call Android vitals. These are like 7 different issues about like non-responding app, crashed apps, apps that take too long to start. No, all these things that kind of make look bad, either the game or the phone. No, you are a player, you don't know that like this should load in 1 minute or in 3 seconds, but you want it now, you want to play. So the smoother your game is also going to help. And if it never freezes, it's going to help. So you really need to take account this. Don't launch a game that is not ready, that has a lot of bugs. I mean, this can be something that works on PlayStation, on Xbox, but not on mobile. If you launch an early game that is not polished, it's going to sink and you can forget about it. Okay, so a bit more about Aso. I told you how to stand up. You see here, now I put example. I'm searching for a flight simulator and I find all this. And you can see, well, they are quite similar. So how can we stand out? We can stand out using all the things that we said in the previous slide. No, because we're going to be on the top. We're going to be first or second. But also we can help, well, checking our competitors. I don't know, like, for example, there, all the icons are blue and white. Why don't I make a different angle? Maybe that will help. If I make something that really stands, like use, I don't know, a yellow plane or something like that, I'm going to see like, well, all these are the rest. Wow, what about this one? This one is different. Maybe I could try this one. Okay, so take that in account. Also, check the listing, not from your perspective, but from the user's perspective. I mean, when I open that, now it's first step, I search, I decide to click on your game, but then you need to convince me. Why are you the best flight pilot game? Why shouldn't I hit the back button? Well, I can see like you have a lot of reviews, a lot of downloads, you have awesome screenshots, you have a great description that says, okay, fun guaranteed. This is what I'm looking because I'm busy, no? So if you go also for the description, some of the people, not all, but some of the people that say, okay, tell me more. I want to know more about your game. Here you have plenty of space to really put all your unique selling points. Why is your game better than the others? What are you doing that the others are not doing? Give me more reasons to download your game, no? So, and also one thing is, well, peer approval. If I see like people are having a blast playing with your game, well, why shouldn't I? So try to keep your reviews as good as you can. No, make a flow that actually asks for reviews at the whenever is the good time, when they are having fun, when they are willing to say, I love this game. No, not when it crashes, because they're gonna say, wow, this is a piece of, it doesn't work. So other thing we're gonna do, and here I'm mixing two things because this is actually ASO, but we are doing our first A/B testing. What about the icon? Okay, I like this icon better, or I like this other one. The thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you like one or the other. The thing is what players like. So here you can see an example of like a lot of different icons, a lot of different versions. Some of them are really different, like a close-up or a longer shot, or one person or a lot of characters, but others are subtle changes, no? Like the feather changes colors. In one is orange, in one is blue. But if you go to data-driven decisions, you're gonna see, well, the red feather works better in UK, in France, and in Denmark, but the blue one works better in Spain. I mean, a subtle change like that can give you an increase of 14% downloads. That's a lot of downloads. So you're gonna see, well, the details matter. So try to test everything and don't presume things, not because you like it, all your players are going to like it. You need to make these data-driven decisions, okay? And you're gonna see like there's not gonna be an absolute decision. It's gonna be something works for this region, something works for this other region or for this kind of player. And for this other one, we have another solution. So try to find as many solutions and try to maximize the effort. I mean, if I will get a lot of players just by changing the feather color, well, that's not a big change. But if I need to make a new icon every day, that's a lot of work. So make sure that the effort is worth it. Localization. I mean, I cannot stress that much about this. You are playing on a global business. You are playing, or you are actually giving a game from players worldwide. So the main first barrier is going to be the language. If your game is only in English, you're not going to get Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, whatever, people from other, because they don't understand what your game is. So try to localize as much as you can because it's going to help you. I'm not gonna say do this for 70 languages. No, well, you should know your game. Like, okay, this kind of game works in this kind of markets, in this kind of regions. So maybe I may be in Europe, or I maybe going for LATAM, or I don't know, Australia. Actually, for example, I had a game, no, well, I'm Spanish, I'm in Madrid. We made a game and in Spain, it didn't work at all. I mean, we didn't have, I think my mom was the only player, but we translated to Russian, we translated to English, we translated, I think, to 7 or 8. Well, actually, Australia and Russia were our main markets, and they paid the party for everyone. I mean, and Spain was like, well, the easiest thing. No, we were close, we knew how to do it. We had better control of the language, for sure. But opening our game to the world was what helped us, and actually came from, if I would have done it only in English and in Spanish, I would have failed with this game. And actually by translating it to Russian, it was a success back then. This localization comes everywhere. It's not just a matter about description. Also, there are things, like I said, the color of the feather works different in different regions, or the screenshots. And the screenshots normally are just screenshots. They have just little text. So maybe start with that. That will help. If you don't have a lot of cash, start with this, because at the end, some translator or is gonna cost you, or well, you can do it with Google Translate, whatever translate, but it's not gonna be good. I assure you, it's gonna be bad solution. So go with someone that really knows the language, because it's not about making sense. It's about being exciting, and that's gonna be, you're only gonna get that if you have a good translator, or at least someone that talks that language. Okay, don't go with an automate translation, because it's not gonna work. I see so many games failing at that. So next step, we already cover the acquisition. No, that's the main part. But then now we've gathered all these people. Now we have all these players. How we can activate them? I mean, what is an activation? Activation is, well, little micro goals that we want to achieve. Is that moment when the player knows what he's doing in your game? Is that moment when it gives value to you? Is the moment when it gives value and creates a community? So here you can see examples, no, with different high-tech companies or business, like, well, maybe it's about following people, maybe it's about coming back next day, maybe it's about so many plays, maybe it's about how many levels, just going through the tutorial. So you need to find your activation KPIs and tier them. And I put these activations in with an S at the end, with a capital S, because I mean, you can have hundreds or tens of them. I mean, what are my activations? Well, did somebody finish the tutorial? Did somebody finish first level? Did they come back next day? Because they say, hey, I remember I had a great time yesterday. Should I play the game again? Are they coming back next week? Or are they joining the leaderboards? Are they making a guild? Are they trying to onboard other players? Are they chatting for first time or using any other feature of your game? I think you have so many activations. It's not just about opening. That's like the classic activation. I open and play the tutorial. But no, it's not that. And it's not also about conversion. It's not like, okay, well, he made a purchase. No, you need to make like a full map. Like, what are the things he should be doing first day, second day, when he comes back next week, and probably in 3 months if your game is deep enough. Okay, so make a map with all these activations and check like how many players are doing this, a 20%, a 5%, 100% of them, and let's try to improve this. Why doesn't everyone finish the tutorial? We might have done something wrong. Maybe it's not as clear as we thought. Why everyone is not finishing the third level? Maybe it's too hard. You need to like lower it down or give more like some power-ups or something like that. Okay, retention, and this is a big part. I said one thing is like to be great the first day. No, it's like your first date, you're nice, you're doing good, go for a nice day to have dinner and you have a good talk, you walk, perfect. But then he or she goes home. Is he gonna call me again? Is he gonna show up another time? Well, the thing is, for retention, we need to do this. I mean, like, it's going to be much more valuable somebody that comes back than a new user. It says like here, Harvard, now 5 to 25 times more expensive to find a new customer than to keep an existing one. So, but it's not only about the first day. It's about why don't they come next week? Why don't they come next month? Why do they come back in Christmas? So you need to really have a retention plan, how I'm going to get these people back. So my 4 approaches for this I will give you is first, base it in analytics. Analytics are the most important part. You will find in any app store, you will have this retention and you can see it here. Like, are my players coming back? Like first day, yeah, but they are losing interest in third day. So maybe they need new content, or maybe they need to know more features because they have already bored about my game. Okay, so trust your analytics. This is going to be a huge thing. Use your push wisely. Okay, push notifications can be really a tool, or it can be a menace. You need to know what you're doing. You don't want to stress to bomb your player, but you want to make the right click in the right moment. Oh, I forgot about this game, but then it reminds me, hey, your power is fully charged, or you got a new avatar or whatever. No, and oh yeah, I remember this game was fun. Let's open it again. And here I put you like some examples of the possibilities you have with Huawei Push. You have like long script where you can write like long stories. What about your game is narrative driven? And you can give them like a preview of what's the point, what's the story at that moment, on some kind of cliffhanger. Like, hey, you want to open this because this is going on in this world. Or you want some image, but also there are other important things like you had localization for push. This is so important. You cannot localize your game to, I don't know how many languages, 5, 10, or 70, but then your push are only in English or only in this. Localize them, send them so everyone can understand what you're talking about. And one great thing we have, and I think it's also really useful, is you can actually customize the sound. So imagine if instead of just something like pling that does whatever push notification I have on my phone, I can hear like something charging or an engine roaring, something that really reminds me, oh, this is going to be great. No, I hear a blast. I'm going to have a good time. Also, I think one important part, and this is my personal recommendation, take a look at Hook, how to build habit forming products. This is a great guy from US. You have like TED Talks, you have him on YouTube, and this is actually his book. I will tell you, this is something you really need to well, check, understand, and see how so many games are using this to actually get hook people, because it's like, how are you going to make them think about your game every day? No, why would they come back? And also an important part is content. How many content do you have? How many different avatars? How many different whatever? Because at some point you're gonna have users that were there first day and they played every day, and probably they've consumed all of your content already. They have passed every level, they have used every weapon. If you are not planning on doing any more, well, they'll go somewhere else because they've already seen all you could give them. So also make a content plan, like we're gonna update every month, we're gonna make something new for Eastern or for summer or for whatever. Just make a plan like, okay, what if somebody played every day to my game? Do they have a reason to come back because they find something different, or is just the same old? Step 5, referral. This is about, okay, I like something, I should tell it to somebody. No, when I really like something, no, like for example Netflix, I watch something on Netflix and I really like it. The next thing I'm gonna do when I'm with my friends is like, hey, check it out. This is a really good show. So it should be the same with your game. So in order to do this, you need to check like why, how, and when. Why? What do the players like most from your games? What are the really cool things that they stand out? Like I can build my own cars and I'm a car fan, for example. Or do I have any incentive to promote? No, if I send this or if I share some content, maybe I get some coins or maybe I get a boost ×2 bonus, whatever. And do I offer cool content? No, do I have shareable content? Can I, like, is it something that it will be nice on a Twitter post or in Instagram, TikTok, whatever, social media, or will be some cool thing or some cool video I could reward and share? So try to check like how shareable is your game. And do we have any design mechanic that is supporting this? I mean, should I share? Why? Is it going to improve? Is it going to be just for the status? Is it just going to be because it's funny or fun or good looking? Or is it going to help me in the progress of my game? Maybe if I share, I can have access to like this deadly weapon, or I have access to this new level. So give me a reason and I'll probably share if you tell me how to do it. Because that's the important part. How easy is to do this? Do I click one button and it happens? Do I have to actually do computer engineer and tell so many things and I need to take it to another app, edit it and share it? Okay, if you have many steps, you're gonna lose people, okay? How many steps are vital in this thing? It needs to be click fast, no? Just one click and it's shared. You need to do it as fast as you can. And when is the best moment for this, no? If I just won and I can have like a review, no, a repetition of like my greatest play or how I score the game in the world match final, can I actually record that and share it? This is the best moment, no? I feel I won the World Cup. Or I'm going to share when I died. Well, not probably. I mean, it's not the kind of content I will share. So when are you going to give them the possibility to share? Can it be done whenever? Can it be done just in fixed moments, like when you finish, win or lose or whatever? You can do it a lot of times, only once in a while. Okay, so these are like the main things you need to check when you are talking about this. And then the K factor is going to tell you how, how is growing your game. If you do this, it's just like the number of referrals per user, per active user, and the conversion. Like, okay, I have every user contacts 10 friends because I made this. Like, if you call 10 friends, you will get 500 coins, kind of thing. And then they send the message and the opening rate is, I don't know, 5%. Okay, you can get your referral and you see, well, 10%, then times this 5% is going to be, well, a K that is less than 1. So you are not actually growing, you are going down. So you need to see how you can improve. And at the moment you get a K bigger than 1, you're just growing every time. Every user comes with another friend. So it's just a matter of time your game is a success. Finally, like I said, I mean, it's hard, no? Because you say, well, no, I love doing games. I don't do it because of the money. Yeah, but the rest of the money does, the rest of the world does it for the money. So you need to pay rent, you need to pay your food, you need to pay your clothing, your PC, whatever. So let's see how we can do money. And for this, I think like the important tips here are, well, first, what is the value? What are you giving me for my money? And also have an important thing in mind. Like we said, there are many personas, there are many people, and what is valuable for you doesn't have to be for me. So check what is the value for each user. One might like customization and they want avatars. Other ones will like extra content. Other ones will like to skip things like ads. No, so give me a value, because depends on the person. Some of the people have money, others have time, others like customization, others like to share things. So have a different thing for each user. Make it accessible. No, you need to have something like, well, I don't have much money, but I like this game. I would like to spend a bit, but not that much. So if you have something accessible, it's like, okay, it's only €1, I can do it. And the other way around, make it interesting to pay a lot. Well, if I pay €2, I get 5 times what I get for €1. So maybe I should think about 2, and you can do this as much as you can. I mean, 2, 500 euros, whatever. Like every new tier needs to be really interesting, not just like, okay, if I pay 1, I get 1. If I pay 2, I get 2, because no, that's boring. But if I get like double, something extra, discount, or something that is exclusive, I'm gonna have to think, okay, maybe I have €2 instead of 1. So make it interesting to pay more. Find when is the best moment. No, when is the best moment to ask them to spend money? Is it when they're winning? Is it when they are losing? Is it when their friend just like is bragging because he won and you lose? Moment. You need to find when is the best moment to actually tell them, hey, we have things you might like. And a lot of math. I'm going to try to go over this, all these terms. I know I don't have much time, so I'll try to be as fast as possible. Okay, first thing, check your users, daily active users, monthly active users. How many people do I have in my game? Average revenue per user is just going to be, well, a main gauge. It's not going to be like the holy grail of everything, but it can give you an estimate of how things are working. CPC is the cost per click, like, okay, how much is costing me to get a new user, no? And from there, when you launch your game, you need to check conversion rate, like what are things doing? Are people progressing in my game or not? Churn, are they leaving my game? Like 20% don't like my game, why is that? And then you will get to like the good stuff, that is the average revenue per paying user or average revenue per daily active user. This is going to tell you, okay, you know, this guy is spending $1 a day. That's good. So because now I can have a lifetime value. If I know my players normally stay for 30 days and they spend €1 every day, that's €30 lifetime value. So now I can spend at least whatever less than 30 per acquisition. The CPA, cost per acquisition, is going to be 29, 20. Whatever is lower than 30, I'm making money, because that's the thing. Lifetime value minus the CPA is going to tell me my revenue. I'm doing €1 or 5 per user. That's where the good thing is. Set your goals. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So you're going to start probably not doing well, but keep working, keep iterating, and you can improve every day. So at the end, you will get there. Okay, summary, because just to wrap up, these things are connected. So first thing, check your bottlenecks. What happens from one stage to another? If I have 200,000 users that are coming or they know the name of my game, why only 100 are saying my game is good? Are they writing a review or calling a friend to tell them? Check every step and see how many people you're losing in every different section, like from acquisition, from activation, revenue, whatever. And use this PDCA, plan, do, check, and act. Like we say, I have an idea, let's try it, check that it's working through analytics, and then change again, and you will get there eventually. It's a matter of work and how fast you iterate, okay? So just a quick draw strategy overall. First thing, we're gonna divide this like in pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. These are the things that are on top, like what you should be doing in every state. And I have like some tools that can help you just below. Okay, so I will start with pre-launch. Do a beta testing. Use users that you know or that you don't know, but try your game before launching as much as you can. Try different players, not just your mom and friends. Try people from your whole college. Try people from a different city. Try people from another country if you can. Okay? Tune your pipeline. You see, there's a lot of work. Since I do something, I try it, I upload it, I change a thing. So try to make everything as much fast as you can. Estimate the lifetime value. I think like every player should spend this kind of amount of money so you can have more or less idea of what you're aiming. Identify the personas, the targets, and the channels. What are the best channels to get them, no? And with all this information, create a user acquisition plan and your budget. Okay, I have, might be 100 euros, might be 10,000 euros, depends on your possibilities. But you need to know, like, okay, what is going to be my budget to launch this? I mean, if you just put it out there without no marketing, without not doing all the work we already said, it's just going to sink to the bottom. Okay. So what are the best tools for this moment? Crash Analytics is going to help you to know if your game is crashing or not. Try to test it as much devices you can. Okay, tablets, the foldables, normal phones, big phones, small phones, old phones, because it's going to be something that it's if your game crashes, it's going to disappear from the list. So for example, you can use our cloud debugging and cloud testing that are remote farms of devices in Germany and Ireland, and you can test in real devices without having to buy them. You can just connect through App Gallery Connect and test your game without any cost. That's really cool. Analytics, like I said, data-driven decisions is the key. And then we go for launch, but don't just launch, do a scale launch. Start with a soft launch, start in a region that you know, that you're sure that your game is gonna work, that is as close as you can to your target. Like if my, I don't know, like the typical thing was if my aim is to go for US, I will start in UK kind of thing. Okay, so soft launch and see the results there before launching worldwide. Do pre-orders. Pre-orders work really well because it's a way to know which are the real personas. I mean, you made your plan, you identify them, but maybe you find out you forgot somebody. So do pre-orders, they work really good. Prepare your launch campaigns. That's going to be like all the firecrackers at the same moment to start. So that's going to be huge, and you have to put them all together to make the biggest fire. So don't do it like separately. I will do it then I will do it later. No. Promotions, any promotion you can do anyhow, it will surely help. And get data, not just about how you are doing, but how your competitors are doing. So go to App Annie, App Radar, whatever online tool to know what is the market doing with this kind of game. So for this, best tools you can use, remote config, like I said, it's an amazing tool to correct things in your game when you're not sure. Just if you have like this, well, I'm not sure about this, hook it with remote config and you will be able to twitch it on the fly. Promotions, we have gifts. This is something that it doesn't cost anything, doesn't need any change on your code, on your game, But what about if I download your game from App Gallery and I get the first 1,000 golden coins? Well, I mean, that's a head start. I will go to App Gallery, check the gifts. Oh, I have a good start with this game. Let's try it. And actually, since I have that money to spend and it's free, I'm going to spend it. So I'm probably going to see like the good things of your game. Also, use the APIs, no? Since you're going to be relaunching and changing about everything, publish as fast as you can using the publishing API. See and respond to any reviews, any comments, any problems as fast as you can. You can use the comments API also. That's a great tool. And then finally, what about the post-launch? I mean, this is going to be all the time. Well, do an update calendar. How far or how fast you're going to update every month, every 2 months, whatever, no? Check your time. And then here is where you really need to get going your revenue, like lifetime value minus the CPA. If this works and you have this actually is positive, no? Like I know for every euro I get on CPA or user acquisition, I make 2. Then your game is a success. You just need to go out there, find an investor and tell them, hey, I have a machine that if you put a euro here, 2 come out of the end. So you're going to get invest money and you're going to make a success of it. You don't need to have that money, but you need to have the data that says that your money does from 1 euro does 2. Okay. Like I said, iterate as much as you can, set new experiments, A/B testing with everything, the colors of the background, the character's name, whatever it can come to your mind, and update as constantly and as fast as you can. So for that, A/B testing is really nice. Phase release is something I think you should check. Okay, this is about doing progressive updates. So if you messed up with some of the new version features, you don't crash all your players, just 5% or 1%. So I think that unless it's something that it needs to be launched at one point, do it fast and do it this phase release. It's going to be safer. You're going to have data like, okay, everything is working good, then update everyone. But it's going to be, well, like a net, safety net. I think it's really important. And also we have like the product management API will help you to do all these season content updates that we said. Now, how cool is that I can actually batch all the products for Halloween, for Easter, Christmas, whatever time of the season, and just put them up in seconds and working instead of having to spend a whole day just punching the data one by one, okay? So thanks a lot for hearing me. I know it was a lot. I hope it was really interesting for you. And well, I'm just here to help. So what I will tell you is if you find any of this interesting, join Huawei developers. There's like the QR you can use to start, and then go to huaweidevelopers.com and check well, all our documentation. And if not, contact us. We are here to help. So thanks a lot. If you have any question, I will try if we have time, because I know I've spoken a lot, sorry.
Thank you, Miguel.
I think we are going to have an open discussion right after, so you will be able to ask your questions now. So thank you, Miguel. I believe it could help game developers reach new players publishing their games in App Gallery. So now we are open onto our open discussion. If you have any questions for any of our speakers, please just write them out. And if you want to direct them to a specific person, you can also write their name too in the comment box next to the video.
I guess someone already asked a question. This question is to Miguel. Miguel, can you see the question of Prabjot, or if you want, I can read it.
Loved your presentation. Can you tell me the site which was mentioned for testing on different devices? Well, this is actually Huawei developers. If you go and you're part of register as a Huawei developer, you will get to what we call App Gallery Connect, over there you will find you have this cloud debugging. But the easiest way, it will be what I said. Just go to our site, go to products, from products check App Gallery Connect, and here you will see cloud testing, cloud debugging, and it will give you like all the steps and links and everywhere.
And also Rui says he has a question. Rui, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I can. Can I just speak to Miguel?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. I have some questions regarding the awareness. You mentioned the retention and the revenue part about the game. Because, for example, for the awareness, the designers could design different icons to attract the different customers. But we have, as a game company, we have different segmented market, like we have different customers. If we attract some customers we want, that's good. But some customers, they say, okay, this is a good icon and I want to play the game, but they're not our potential customer. So after they play the game, they might have left some negative comments in our game, in the review, in the App Store. So how is it possible to eliminate this kind of impact?
I mean, to eliminate is complicated, but yeah, you need to take this in account. No, if my game looks like a 5-star restaurant, and whenever I get inside, I find fast food, I'm gonna be mad. No, and I'm gonna go on Yelp or whatever and put a review, no, on TripAdvisor, whatever, and I will say I don't like this place. I thought it was a real nice place and it was a cheap place. No, and the other way around. If I thought it was gonna be a burger joint place that I like, and then I find like it's really expensive, I'm gonna be mad. So I think the important work is to make sure which is the kind of people you are attracting in the first place. I mean, once the damage is done, it's complicated, but try to attract the kind of player you want. I mean, you might be able to attract, I don't know, a lot of casual players, and when they find your hardcore game, they're going to be like, wow, this is too difficult. I don't like it. So try to be clear with your messages. Try to make your image coherent. Like if I see, well, something cute with big eyes is going to be casual. No, if I see something like a fierce warrior or something like really technical, I'm going to know it's a complicated game. So maybe it's not for me. So I think it's a matter of trying to sell your brand also and your message like coherently through all the time. But I'm sorry to say that, yeah, if you have all this previous problem, the only way is to, well, start working again. And I mean, you had a few bad comments. Work on having better ones. How can you make your happy players give you some good reviews? Focus on that.
Yeah. Thank you. And another question is about retention, because you mentioned it is more expensive to find some new customers than keeping the existing customer.
Yeah.
But you previously also said you could like change some icons, use icons. For example, I know some companies like Instagram, Facebook, those apps, they change their icons for some reason, but they're changing, but they have been already very successful in their field. But why do they change? Change for me, I mean, it means some risks. You might lose your customers, but you might attract some new customers. But based on they have been very successful, why do they change their icon?
Well, yeah, you have to be careful when you change things, because if you, well, improve a bit better, no, I don't know, maybe like I dye my hair or whatever and I look better, it's going to be good. But if I get like my hair green, it's going to be a great change. It's like, well, this is not Miguel, what's going on? So you need to be careful on that. No, with retention, I think it's more like, do you have a welcome back plan? No, let's say first thing, do I have how to catch? No, I said like, for me, push notifications are a great way. Like, hey, remember you had a fortress you were trying to build or something like that. No, oh yeah, I remember. And then when I get back, and you can see this in lots of games, lots of successful games, they will tell you something like, hey, we've missed you. You become for 200 days or whatever days, you already spend this money or this time in this game. Like, hey, you know, you already spent 1,000 euros in this, and now you're leaving it. So they kind of make you feel bad. You're like, hey, it's true, I already spent 1,000 euros here, no, or so much time. You don't have to go that way, but those are tricks and tips. But do you have a welcome pack? Hey, we are so glad to see you in our bar. First round is on us, kind of thing. So I will go for that. Like, how you gonna call their attention? First thing, how you're gonna make them feel good, like welcome pack, and also how you are going to remind them why they were playing. I mean, it doesn't have to be this guilty same thing I told you about, but maybe like, remember, you were doing really great, or you were at this point, or the story was really interesting because of that. Give them like a review of what happened, or what they've done already, what they achieved, or what they are about to achieve. Something like, hey, I remember where I was and why I was doing this, so I could get back on track.
Yeah, following by some like welcome plan or strategies to remind the customers. That's good.
But this is a lot of work also. I mean, it's not just to have the idea, but you need to also polish these messages. Like, what is the welcome pack working? Is it nice enough?
Yeah.
Test it, analyze it. Okay, 10% of the people that come back stay a week. No, I want to have 50% at least of the people that come back stay longer than a week.
Yeah. And one more, my last question is about the revenue. I've ever played some games, and these games, in the game, these games allow their players to pay for some extra skills or advanced skills or some powers to beat others. This kind of payment breaks the balance, the fairness in the game. So if we say, I understand that the game company needs the money, needs to develop themselves by having the money from the customers. But if this kind of payment breaks the balance for the long term, I don't think this is really good. So how do you think about this perspective?
Well, like I said, it's very difficult to balance. Now, at the end, it's not about the money, but it's about the money. I need to eat. You need to eat. Everyone does. What normally I think games will do is either we just do something like it doesn't affect the main play, the main gameplay, like it's just as cosmetics. So you have people that pay for cosmetics, but actually their power, their life, or their health is the same. And if you have something that really changes the law of the game, no, it will be like you have to separate them. Like, I mean, I like playing basketball, but I cannot play with LeBron. No, so you have like NBA on one place, and you have, well, my team in my neighborhood. So do the same in your game. You have like, okay, this is like for non-payers, and they have fun, and they have more or less the same level, and they play their way. And here you have like the big league, that is the one spending a lot and doing whatever. And probably you have even to tier that, because you're going to have people that spend a bit, you have people that spend some nice amount, and you have people that spend insane amounts. So you're going to have to tier all these things. You're going to have like different pools, different leagues for each one. And that way it's still kind of fair. No, you can go big, or you can, well, just play with your friends for the fun.
Yeah, that's true. So that's gonna take a lot of time and resources to manage these kind of different levels.
For me, is that, I mean, you need to change your mind. Before, doing a game was about doing a game, finish it, and put it in the box, and well, it's a PC game or a console game. When you're developing a mobile game, it's a everyday work.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sorry, but since we have limited time, we have to go with one last question. There's a question from Sky. Can you see it in the chat? It's to Miguel again.
What is the best way to deploy a game if you're a startup developer? Should you wait for a well-developed before deploying it, or is it okay to release a program with it's not well-developed and eventually release consistent dates that revenue earn? I think sometimes to be like to release early, it's a main mistake, because you're gonna be there. Like imagine if you watch a movie, imagine they do this with your favorite movie, I don't know, whatever, Marvel movie, and you see the movie, but the effects are not done yet. They have just like placeholders, and things don't work, and it doesn't have sound at some point. Imagine that, no? So you watch the movie, and what you're going to sell, you're going to tell your friends this movie is crap, don't watch it. And so probably it's not going to recover from that. The same is going to happen with your game. So one thing is you can have beta testing, you can have even a soft launch in some small place because you just want to test some mechanics. Or maybe you can sometimes even like disguise your game. Okay, I want to just try this mechanic or whatever. Okay, just disguise your game with a different name, with a different setup, with whatever, and try it in somewhere. And you can see, well, get some metrics, see what is working, what is not, but keep the good stuff for later. So actually you will just take out the disguise, put your real name, put your real graphics, put whatever, and then go with that when it's ready. Don't do it too early because it's gonna sink. Hope that helps.
Okay, I apologize if we don't get around to answering all of your questions, but everyone is welcome to our Facebook community, and you can ask us in person. So that's all we have time for our open discussion now. Thank you.
So if you would like to acquire new skills, as we already told a bit before, you can also acquire knowledge on a wide range of technical topics through engaging technical workshops, summits, and training sessions. So if you would like to continuously improve your technical skills, you could partner with accomplished developers to fast-track your career. So welcome to join the Hsg community, and we invite you to scan this QR code to be part of the adventure.
Yes, thank you, Esma.